in the for the flying Fijians. William Emata, positional change, switches to 8 from 7 last week, and Guerra is at 7. Semi Randrandra starting at 13 with Nemani Nandolo coming in at blind side flank, and Murimurivalu safe and sound last week. He's again at fullback this time around. So all eyes in this lineup. Asinate will be on Semi Randrandra, and of course one of the players that many of the fans out here at the ANZ Stadium have come out to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been great to see him transition back to rugby union after playing for the Parramatta Eels, of course, in the NRL. And, you know, just seeing him play as well for the Barbarians against England, he was in fantastic form. And then going into the shorter code with the Sevens team in London was even great. And so I think a lot of people expect him to, you know, just pull off some great things this afternoon, particularly in his debut match. And, of course, he celebrated his birthday as well on Thursday.
That's right, maybe an early birthday present as well for Semi Randrandra. Here comes the two teams, and again being escorted out by the students of St. Anne's Primary School here in Suva. What a moment it is for the students of St. Anne's, and of course it's also a great initiative by the Fiji Rugby Union, as we are seeing the rise of women's rugby in not only in Fiji but around the globe as well. And here's a chance to introduce the young girls to rugby as well, and what a way to introduce them to rugby by escorting some of the best in the rugby world, Sinati.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of these kids will, you know, really savor this moment to be up there close and personal with a lot of these rugby stars, and I'm sure a rugby career will not be too far off their list.
The two teams now lining up for the national anthems. While the chief guest for this match, the Pacific Nations Cup clash between the Flying Fijians and the Georgian Lelos, is the Minister for Youth and Sports, Lysenia Tui Tumbo, escorted out by the CEO for Fiji Rugby Union, John O'Connor, and the president, or rather the chairman of the Fiji Rugby Union, that is Francis Keane, along with the Fiji Rugby Union Development Manager, Sale Sorvaki. Well, Georgia, both these teams, these two teams have met twice. This is their third meeting, Georgia and Fiji. Out of their last two outings, a win apiece. The last time they played was in 2016 here at the same venue, and it was Georgia who won that match by 14 points to 3. And when we have a look at it as well, a total of 10 players in this Georgian side was part of that 2016 winning team here in Fiji. Fiji won in Tbilisi, Georgia back in 2012. Georgia came here in 2016 and beat the Flying Fijians at home.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of Georgia and Fiji.
Now we are ready for the national anthem of the two teams.
And now, the national anthem of Fiji.
Blessing grant, O God of nations, on the isles of Fiji, as we stand united under noble banner blue, as we honor and defend the cause of freedom ever. Onward march together. God bless Fiji. For Fiji, ever Fiji, let our voices ring with pride. For Fiji, ever Fiji, her name hails far and wide, the land of freedom, hope and glory, to endure wherever be foes. May God bless Fiji forevermore.
Nice renditions of the two national anthems of Georgia and the Flying Fijians. Well, now we'll just have to wait for the Vimbi, or the war dance from Fiji, the war challenge as well from Fiji. You can see up in front we have Leone Nakarawa, Akapusi Ngara Vereniki Ngoneva. Oh, the three senior players in the Flying Fijians team. We are ready for the final match of the 2018 Pacific Nations Cup. It's a winner-takes-all match. Georgia defeated Tonga last week. They just pipped them by 16 points to 15, while Fiji defeated Samoa 24 points to 22. The referee, Jerome Gasset from France, is going to be in charge of this match. For the Flying Fijians, Ben Volavola is the only player in the Flying Fijian starting 15 that played against Georgia 2 years ago here at the ANZ Stadium. Vereniki Ngoneva, Kempizima Afwe and Henry Seniloli were also part of their team, but they came off the bench. But for Georgia, they have 10 players from their 2016 winning team against Fiji. 6 of them are in the starting 15, including Ashvili the prop, Shalva the hooker, Captain Georgie Namsadze, Lasha Kamaladze the fly half, and Lasha Malguradze the inside center, and of course the impressive outside center, Kasharava. Well, we have 4 on the bench, including the 2016 captain, Salva Georgevili. Ben Volavola gets us underway. The final of the 2018 Pacific Nations Cup. It's Georgia now with the halfback, the very impressive halfback. Played well last week, Vasil Obzadze, the 21-year-old. Kini Murivalu out at the back for Fiji. And putting it high now is Ben Volavola coming after it nicely. Yosef Machvili, well done. Cool under the high ball there, Yosef Machvili. Here they go. This is where they are very, very formidable. But it's an over now to the Flying Fijians. Here goes William Mata. But just overthrowing that one, and I think it was Dominico Wanganimburotu on the outside, but unfortunately there for Kalemeshvili and Shalva Mamkashvili, who took the ball into contact there for the Lelos. They lost the ball forward, and this is where Fiji can capitalize, Sinati.
Yeah, absolutely. From broken play, Fiji is always very dangerous. Unfortunate for them that time that, of course, William Mata's pass just went a bit too far into touch.
They've won another throw here against the throw. It is for the Flying Fijian, Semi Randrandra on the outside. A lot of fans out here to watch him in action, and Kasharava takes him in a good tackle as well. Api Ratuniarawa just shot off the 10-meter line there. On the short side it is for Makini Muri Valu. Henry Seniloli. They're building the faces slowly here, the Flying Fijians. Numbers to the left they go. Kempisi Maafwar, it goes to Ratuverima Luafungakoto. Here's William Mata, the Olympic gold medalist. Sets it up. Off it goes to Ben Volavola. Wanganimburotu. Vereniki Ngoneva tries to go through the middle, but they read that well, Georgia. And a mistake by the Flying Fijians. Lost ball forward by Vereniki Ngoneva, the Newcastle Falcons winger, Sinati.
Yeah, obviously good to see William Mata, you know, featuring prominently in a couple of plays there. But Vereniki Ngoneva, just unfortunate there that you know, they lost possession. But obviously Fiji just trying to run this Georgian pack around the park.
Dominico Wanga Nimburotu on the side. Four players remain in the match day 23 for the Flying Fijians that lost to Georgia in 2016.
Stay, don't move.
And also 3 players that started against Georgia back in 2012 in Tbilisi are in the starting 15 for Fiji. They are Ngoneva, Leone Nakarawa and Apiratu Niarawa. Safely again at the back for Kini Muri Valu. He brings it forward. Opted for his left boot, and Vashil did well under that high ball. The nippy halfback, 21 years of age. They go towards the open again through Lasha. Kamaladze. Otari, one of the new players in the starting 15, taken through by Victor Koleshvili. Short of the 10-meter line. Wanganimburotu up quickly in defense for Fiji. Semi Randrandra will be tested here. Kick through out of position is it Ben Volavola? He took that back. He needs to clear this out. Ben Volavola gives it to Vereniki Ngoneva, and Ngoneva running out from his own try line. He needs support. There on the 22 did well to stay in the field of play. Ben Volavola out on the outside. Numbers to put in here for Fiji on the outside. It's Charlie Vatumbua. Needs to give it to William Mata, who switches. Picked up here by the Georgians. They go through. Advantage played by the referee. Otari it is. Inside the Flying Fijians 22. Shalva Mamkashvili, one of the experienced players in the starting 15 for Georgia. They come through the open. Sport tackle here by Vereniki Ngoneva. Number shot on the left here for the Flying Fijians. Lasha again tries to go through the middle, but you can't do that against Manasa Saulo. Just outside the 22 it is for the Georgians. The Flying Fijians have reset their defensive line now. Slowing it down. Shalva Mamkashvili.
Okay.
They go out towards the open. On the outside is Nemani Nandolo. Coming through the middle there, Charlie Vatumbua.
Sorry.
Wow.
Excusez-moi pour là-bas.
Expensive play from the Flying Fijians to try and run out from inside their own try line. Especially Ben Volavola and Vereniki Ngoneva. And it nearly cost them Sinati, as Georgia picked up the loose ball on the far side. But just fortunately for the Flying Fijians, they quickly recovered in defense.
Yeah, absolutely. It was great to see Ben Volavola and Veronique Ngoneva pairing well, you know, just from their try line and trying things and not being afraid to do things from their own try line. But, of course, Georgia equal on attack. Just unfortunate with that error in the end. Otherwise, it was, you know, a pressing moment for them.
Oh, there is Henry Seniloli. William Mata starting at number 8 for the first time. Takes it through again. Played well at open side flanker last week against Samoa. Nemani Ndolo taking the pressure off Ben Volavola. But at the back is Ioseb. Mata is Vili. Going through, there is Georgie. The blind side flanker. Out it comes. Good run here by the Georgians. The danger man, Alexander Todua. Sandro, they call him back in Georgia. And in World Rugby as well, they know him as Sandro. Took it through the middle there. Well 13. Done by Todua, the 30-year-old. A versatile player. Look at him. He can play 9, 10 and 13 as well. Just lost Captain. Forward there by
Captain.
The Georgians.
Captain.
You can see as nothing that the Georgian backline, they are not intimidated by the star-studded Flying Fijians backline, which has Randrandra and we have Ngoneva as well in there, Nemani Ndolo. They are just sticking to their game plan and they will try to run this Fijian backline down as well.
Yeah, obviously it's good to see the Georgians really taking the game to the Fijians and running at will, and it was great to see at that occasion. But unfortunate for Fiji as well that they were penalized off their feet and the referee was playing advantage. So here's early opportunity for the Georgians.
And it's the star player Ioseb Matiasvili scored all the 16 points for Georgia last week against Tonga. It's lining up again for Fiji, for Georgia. Strikes it. Ioseb Matiasvili, just 24 years old. Plays for RC Academy in the Georgia Championship. Commonly known as Soso. Soso Matiasvili nails a three-pointer for the Georgians. No sign of Semi Randrandra in this match as well. A lot of these fans out here this afternoon have come to watch the former NRL star. While fielding at the back there is Kenny Murivalu, but he stepped into touch. He stepped into touch there, Kenny Murivalu.
Well, we saw the Georgians do this as well last week. They kept kicking the ball deep into the Tongan half in the match last week. They were obviously wanting to play in that end and put pressure as they're doing right now with Fiji.
Yes, and Ioseb Matiasvili putting pressure on the Fijian fullback there, and they start another wave of attack here, the Georgians. They come through the middle again, over the 22 they go. Kalemashvili, look at the open side flanker lurking around. Victor Kolelashvili, one of the new players, Levan Shilashava, straight through against Dominico Wanganimburotu. Vashil Lobazanze still out there for the Georgians. Otari it is. Penalty against the Georgians. Off his feet, not supporting his body weight there. I think it's the captain, Georgi Nemsadze, and one of the Georgian players down as well.
There's certainly been some promising patches of play there from the Georgians. Good to see the big forwards. You know, it's so mobile and running around the park like it's nobody's business, but really trying their hand here, the Georgians. Just unfortunate that they were penalized at that time.
Alaka Pusingaro was all over that, but the initial penalty was against the captain, Georgie Nemsadze.
Captain, nothing for us.
Can't make out who's the injured player. It looks like Levan Shilashava, the prop forward, was born in Shikumi, in a city on the Black Sea coast, Georgia. Played 3 games at the 2015 Rugby World Cup. Levan Shilashava, and he plays in Toulon with Joshua Tuisova and Semi Randrandra. So Fiji, they have decided to play this. Kempizi Maafu. Here comes Apisalome Ratunirawa, the Nandrunga man. They try to come through the middle here, Georgia, but a penalty against them.
11.
Penalty against Georgia. Remember, these two teams will meet again at the 2015 Rugby World Cup, Asinati.
Yeah, obviously, you know, just both sides just sizing each other up, and you know, a good passage of play there from the Fijians, but penalty against the Georgians there, right in front of the referee.
It's finished. Okay.
Ben Volavola, the only player in the Flying Fijian starting 15 that played Georgia 2 years ago. And it's been overthrown there by Ratuverma Lua Vungakoto, getting his first start at hooker. Verma Lua Vungakoto, Vereniki Ngoneva goes through again. Left behind there, Leone Nakarawa. An offload again, gives it to Akapusi Ngera. Here's a chance for Semi Randrandra. Gives it and failed to... Oh, Henry Seniloli lost it. Just close to the try line. They lost it. Vashil, he needs to kick this out. Nemani Nandolo after him. And, well, a chance there for the Flying Fijians. And, of course, started off by the octopus himself, Leone Nakarawa.
Just long limbs of Leone Nakarawa really doing the damage here for the Flying Fijians. What about that offload to Vatumbua? Good continuity here from the Flying Fijians. Just that last pass from Semi Randrandra. Unfortunate for Henry Seniloli, couldn't get hold of that. But that would have been a wonderful try had it gone according to plan.
That's right, and they have to watch these men. Leone Nakarawa was labeled as the octopus by Scottish commentators in the while he was playing for the Glasgow Warriors, just because of his offloading skills. Here's a chance now for Fiji to try and apply pressure on the Georgians, and Henry Seniloli, he made a mess of the what would have been a try 2 minutes ago, but he has redeemed himself with a try of his own, Asinati, and thanks to this great scrum pressure from the Flying Fijians.
Yeah, absolutely, and it'll be a great psychological boost as well for the Flying Fijians to just have that first scrum and being able to shove this big Georgian pack will obviously be a psychological boost for them. And Henry Seniloli at the end of it just pounced on it. A great try for the Flying Fijians.
Yes, it's been a
Yeah, good, mate. No issues here.
try scoring freak as well lately for the Flying Fijians.
Big footing, mate, back here.
Henry Seniloli, the halfback. He's played 20 tests for Fiji, and he has started in 7 of those 20 tests. Ben Volavola will try and add the extra 2 points. So here comes Volavola. That's a good strike as well, but just across the face of the right hand upright there. So there's Henry Seniloli, the 28-year-old from the chiefly island of Mbau. Made his debut back in 2013 against Italy, against Romania rather, at Bucharest. So Henry Seniloli scored a try last week, and he's on the score sheet again this week.
Stay back, eh?
There goes Alasha Kamaladze. Here's Semi Randrandra. Breaks the first tackle. Takes on 2 Georgian players to finally put him down. At halfback, the biggest halfback in world rugby. That's Nemani Nandolo. Viliame Mata again. Good carry, good strong carry by Mata. Here's Ben Volavola putting pressure on the fullback. He lost the ball forward. It's been picked up here by Ratuverima Luavungakoto. This is where Fiji will try to capitalize. And Randrandra as well on the outside. He slices through the middle. Here's Semi Randrandra. Gives it to Henry Seniloli. Will he go all the way? Oh, 2 tries in 3 minutes for Henry Seniloli. I said earlier, he's been a try-scoring freak lately for the Flying Fijians. The fans love that. And we saw what Semi Randrandra is capable of, and why and what most of the fans are here to see, and it's this man, Asinate.
Yeah, semi-trailer just doing so well there, just busting through the defense there from the Georgians. It's so dangerous like that. But finally that pass over to Henry Seniloli stuck to the hand, and of course Seniloli in for his second try. But look at him go. He's such a special player, and just celebrated his birthday this week, semi-trailer Randrandra, and Seniloli, wonderful to have his second try as well.
Yes, and Randrandra just exposing the 2 players there. That was the 2 Georgian players, Levan Shilashava and Konstantin Mikazadze, the lock forward. So it was a mismatch on the open there. Semi Randrandra knew that he just had to use his pace, and the loose ball from the Georgians was recovered by the young hooker Ratuverima Luavungakoto. Ben Volavola didn't strike that well. 10 points to 3 it is. The Flying Fijians up ahead, and again it's Henry Seniloli. Played for the Italian club Benetton Treviso. He started against Samoa last week. The former Ratu Kandavulevu School under-19 Dean's captain. Lasha again lifting it high for Kenny Muri Valu. They will try to run it out as well. No, this time Ben Volavola decides to boot it downfield, where we have Joseb Matiasvili tries to run away from Ratuverima Luavungakoto, but pulls him by the jersey and puts him down. Good run by Otari Giogadze. Over the 10-meter line they go. Another good run by Shalva Mamkashvili. They come towards the short side again. Kasharava gives it to Matiasvili. After him is Vatumbua. But
12 offside.
the referee was playing advantage.
On the 22. Yeah, right there, right there.
The referee was playing advantage. And Josep Matiasvili again proving to be
12 was offside in front of the kicker.
a real threat for Fiji this afternoon, Asinati.
Yeah, of course, he scored all of Georgia's points in their win against Tonga last week, and we know what a dangerous customer he is. And that little grubber almost paying off for them. But, of course, the referee seeing an early infringement by Fiji. So this is a great opportunity for the Georgians to come back.
Juste sur la touche. Ouais. Quand vous êtes défenseur en touche, prenez l'espace ensuite. Ok. Ne fermez pas le couloir. Ok. Dis-moi, montre-moi la. Ok. Ouais.
Josep Matiasvili again with a chance to try and close the gap in as far as the points are concerned. 10 points to 3 at the moment. 2 tries to the Flying Fijians, and both scored by Henry Seniloli. Josep Matiasvili just about 40 centimeters out from the 22-meter mark. Oh, that's unlike Matiasvili. Pretty disappointed with himself there, Josep Matiasvili, the Georgian fullback. Yes, Matiasvili made his debut against Spain in Madrid last year. Ben Volavola lifts it for Semi Randrandra again. Kempisi Maafu teaming up with the backline, gives it to Kini Murimuri Valu, Manasa Saulo. So Saulo and Maafu teaming up on the outside there, the 2 prop forwards. Off it goes again. Numbers here. Leone Nakarawa. Here's danger. William Mata takes it through. And a penalty. Yes, I was about to say that. A penalty it is, because he was on the ball there, the captain Georgi Nemsadze, the journeyman for Georgia. But William Mata, another good carry from the number 8. Look at the captain here. He was on his feet, Georgi Nemsadze.
Back.
Obviously, the battle at the breakdown will be key for both sides, and on that occasion, of course, the Georgian captain doing really well to win back position and set themselves up for a really good platform here to attack.
Lasha Malguradze, he was one of the players that was in the starting 15 2 years ago when they beat Fiji here at the ANZ Stadium. Salva Mamukashvili, taken by the skipper himself, Georgi. They drive off him, looks good. They're going towards the try line here, Georgia. Will they score? Yes, they will. A try it is to the Lelos. And, well, we have been expecting that all along, but let's see who comes up with it. Oh, they're congratulating, it looks like the number 8, Otari Jogaze. And that was expected of Georgia coming into this match, Asinati.
Yes, absolutely. It was always going to be a battle up front, and a good take there from the line-out from their number 5, the tall man, and just the forwards driving off him and just showing their strength here, the Georgian forwards. And they got that try, and it was well-deserved as well, and just showing good strength up front.
Yes, Otari Jogaze, he played an open side flanker last week against Tonga. Just 22 years of age. He didn't play any matches for Georgia in 2016 due to injury. So there he is, 22 years old, and he plays in the top 14 competition in France for Clermont. He plays with Aliveretti Raka and Peveliato for Clermont. So you can see that this Georgian team, they have a lot of professional players in their ranks, Asinati.
Yeah, of course, a lot of experience, and as we saw there, you know, just give them a little chance and they will really punish you with that driving maul that they've got going, and obviously that's going to give them a lot of confidence moving forward.
Matthias Vili, well, strikes it. Another 2 points it is for the Georgian. The Lelos closing the gap now. Now it's 10 points. Yes, it's 10 points all. He missed the penalty a few minutes ago, Matthias Vili. So there's Vashil Lobagadze again at the back there for Fiji is Ben Volavola. Gives it now to Kini Muri Valu, who decides to boot it downfield, and a lot of Georgian players at the back. Not only the back three are there. Nemani Nandolo after it. Will it roll all the way over the dead ball line?
22. He touched the ball.
Yes, it touched Nemani Nandolo's hands before it went out. So it's going to be a 22-meter dropout. He touched his hands in the field of play. Rightfully called by the referee. And here goes Georgia again. Georgie charged down by Wangani Mburotu, but he lost it forward. So a few errors creeping into the flying Fijians now, especially the knock-ons. Wangani Mburotu, that's his second knock-on of the afternoon.
Yeah, again, the Georgians, like we saw they did with the Tonkans last week, just putting pressure on Fiji. They're, you know, just kicking the ball and back into Fiji territory and then just piling the pressure on. And the mistakes coming from Fiji is really helping the Georgian effort this afternoon.
Manasa Saulo up against Kalen Hashvili. Here's Vashil. Use it is the call from the referee.
Sorry.
Well, Kempizi Maafu.
The scrum collapse.
And
50-50. The ball is on the number 8. Play on.
On their backs at the moment.
The ball is on the
With
number 8.
27 minutes gone in this first half. It's 10 all. Manasa Saulo, the 29-year-old from Wainawanga in Naita City.
Mine! Sit! Okay, stay!
Vashil.
Change your angle!
Butchering another solid scrum here from the Georgians. They are starting to expose the flying Fijians now, Georgia, and they've won a penalty as well.
9.
So that's a
9.
great motivation for them as well, knowing that Fiji held the fort in the first 10 minutes of this match in that department, Asinati.
Yeah, obviously just a really great scrum here from the Georgian forwards. Just see them pushing there and really causing all sorts of problems for this flying Fijian scrum, and obviously winning that tussle as well, the Georgians.
The inside center Lassa Magu Radze started off, came off the bench last week. He came off the bench as well against Fiji back in 2016.
6!
But he's
Stay
starting
on the line, 6.
this year. They are in familiar territory again now. Georgia use it once is the call from the referee. Vashil is there. Off it goes to the inside center. Lasha, Malguradze, Vashil again. Mamukashvili, rather it's Shilashava, the other prop. Vashil, the captain it is, takes it through. Nemsadze leaves it behind. Here's Ashvili, Kalen Ashvili. They have turned it over now, the Flying Fijians. Viliame Mata loses the ball forward. Again, another handling error from the Flying Fijians. Viliame Mata lost it forward, but they contested the breakdown and someone made the turnover there for Fiji. Whether it was Guerra, we'll have to see. Yes, it was Zakapusi Guerra. Good turnover by the captain. Just losing the ball forward there. Losing the ball forward there was Viliame Mata.
He put his hand, win the ball, no penalty.
Oh, we saw it again from the drive from the Georgians, very close to the line, that the Fijians read it well and pushed back quickly. And then, you know, just up in defense, the Fijians were really up there. But just unfortunate that all the good work done by Guerra in the breakdown was lost forward by the Flying Fijians. But again, it's a great opportunity here for the Georgians.
Now 10-all, Georgia. A try to their number, a converted try to their number 8 Otari Giogasi, while the Flying Fijians 2 unconverted tries to Henry Seniloli, the halfback. But the handling errors is something that Fiji will need to improve on in these next few minutes of this first half.
How long?
10 to go.
About 10 minutes left in this first half. They need to watch and minimize the handling errors. But Vashil now, another chance for the Georgians inside Fiji's half. In fact, they are just about 19 meters away from Fiji's try line. The Georgian backline lining up to the left.
Crouch! Bind! Sit!
So, will they line up to the left but decide to go to the right? We'll have to see. Yes, they are going to the right. Well read by Dominico Wanganimburotu. Viliame Mata coming in with the big hit, and also going for the turnover is Henry Seniloli, the halfback, quickly taken here by Nakarawa. Goes through Leone. But again, well done by Henry Seniloli there at the breakdown. He saw the opportunity and seized it as well, Sinati.
Yeah, absolutely. And a great defense as well from Wanganimburotu. He read it well and really challenged the big number 8 from the Georgians. But again, we talk about the battle at the breakdown, and that time Henry Seniloli winning it for the Flying Fijians.
Well, Fiji with about 8 more minutes to go. They try to work something out here. We haven't seen much of Nemani Nandolo, but we saw some brilliant touches from Semi Randrandra. Fiji again, Verimalua Fungapoto has overthrown that one. First touch for the young hooker for Fiji. Vatumbua, tackle on Constantine. Semi Randrandra coming across. They try to take the Georgian player out. Just some scuff, a little bit of scuffle here by the two teams.
Move. Move.
Well, David Kasharava was not happy with the tackle from Semi Randrandra.
Yeah, obviously, and you know, just Semi Randrandra really lining up his opponent and really got him enveloped there and into touch, and they didn't take too kindly to it, the Georgians. But again, we talk about that mistake from the Flying Fijians from the line-out that gave the Georgians this position.
6 from the side.
Number 6, that was Domenico Wanganimburotu coming on the side. That's why David Kasharava was not happy. And the inside center, Lasha Malguradze, kicking the ball into touch. And of course, Asinati, when we look at it, if Georgia wins this one, then they will create history by winning the Pacific Nations Cup.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen them again target that corner. This is the 3rd time that they've kicked the ball towards this corner. I'm sure they'll be favoring another drive from their big forwards.
Well, if that happens, then we'll have a team outside the Pacific taking home the Pacific Nations Cup. But Fiji, they did well there. Nakarawa and company with Abisalome Ratuniarawa. It's a maul now, says the referee. They need to use it now, otherwise it will be at and over. Oh, unfortunately for the Flying Fijians, it was too late. The referee blew his whistle there. Henry Seniloli just encouraging the forwards there. To them, that's an encouraging sign and a great boost for them as well, knowing what they encountered in the last 5 minutes in that department, Sinati.
Yeah, absolutely. That's, as we talked about, that they've been favoring that corner, the Georgians, and I guess the Flying Fijians expected them to try and drive off that line-out throw, but they were really quick to drive back. The Flying Fijians really disrupted play for the Georgians, and of course good work again in that maul that the Flying Fijians were able to turn over that position.
Have a flanker getting blood.
Fiji been winning the PNC for the last 4 years. 4 years in a row. Well, looks like the captain, who's needing some medical attention now, Akapusingera.
How long, Mike or Jordi?
What a break as well for Semi Randrandra. Making his debut for Fiji here at home, and it's a special moment for him as well. Manasa Saulo, one of the products of secondary schools rugby here in Fiji, former Ratusukuna Memorial School, and later went on to Lelin Memorial School.
Open the shoulder to make sure that you stay straight, okay?
First thing first. Second thing.
Crouch.
Henry Seniloli.
Mine!
But Ben Volovola is not standing deep inside the try line.
Use a long line. Not a short line, a long.
Just about a meter
No, I don't think.
off from the scrum there.
If you use a long line,
By the looks
it's
of
fine.
it,
If you use a short line,
they'll try
you go
to
on the-
run this
on the
out,
ground.
or give a chance to kick it out through Kinimuri Murivalu. No, Kinimuri Murivalu is on the far side. So Flying Fijians might fancy a chance to run out here. Saulo against Kalem Ashvili.
Mine! No, it's here.
Whether they are going towards the open, the Flying Fijians, or they'll use the short side where Verniki
Keep a space
Moneva
here.
is. Yes, Moneva is
There
there.
is a space here, there is no space
And,
here.
Termalua Vukoto is getting some advice from Leone Nakarawa, the young hooker for Fiji, 21 years old.
Crush! Bind! Sit! Okay, stay!
If not, Henry Seniloli will go for the box kick here.
The ball is here, okay.
Picked up here by Veliame Mata.
No, 7! Back feet!
Here's Henry Seniloli.
Okay.
Lifts it high and will go out of play. Just 2 meters outside the 22.
In your side?
Flying Fijians territory. 2 tries already in the match for Henry Seniloli. Started last week against Samoa. This is his 21st test for the Flying Fijians. Shalva Mamukashvili it is. Off the back it goes, but they have maintained and retained possession. Todua it is. Alexander Todua. Here's the big lock forward. Constantine still going forward, helped by the captain Georgie. Look at the running lines of the Georgians. They're hitting the ball at pace and with strength as well. And here's a little run through. Out it goes. A try here to Georgia. What a great try to Alexander Todua. Oh, well done to the Georgians. Sandro is in again. Sandro is in. 9 tries. That's his 10th test try for Georgia. 71 tests for the Georgians, and what a try it is, Asinati.
Yeah, absolutely, and it was great to see the forwards really laying the platform, Sandro in particular, and really running the Fijians around the park and just exposing gaps here for the Flying Fijians. That change of direction and good work from the fly half really set it up for Sandro out wide. And a great finish here for the Georgians. They're really starting to look impressive.
Yes, Georgia, they won here in 2016, but the damage was done on the inside by Lasha Kamaladze, the fly half. And there's Sandro. Made his debut back in 2008 against the Czech Republic in Prague, playing his 72nd test for Georgia. Can play at halfback, fly half and outside center as well, Sandro. 30 years old. And we have Josep Matejasvili now. To take Georgia further ahead. Oh, just outside. So 15 points to 10. Georgia leading the Flying Fijians. After that nice break by Lasha Kamaladze, the Georgian fly half. And he found Alexander Todua on the outside unmarked because Vereniki Ngoneva was caught on the inside. It didn't go 10, and that's halftime as well. So at halftime, it's Georgia leading the Flying Fijians by 15 points to 10. While the former Flying Fijians being honored here at the ANZ Stadium. That's Enele Malele and Choape Kunikoro getting their test caps. Enele Malele and Choape Kunikoro. And here's part of the action from the first half. The Flying Fijians started well, and some expensive play as well from them. We saw some brilliant touches as well from Georgia, and Matayasvili was one of the best out of the lot in the first spell. Leone Nakarawa again, but here was a chance, a try gone begging here for the Flying Fijians. Henry Seniloli lost it just close to the try line, but 2 minutes later he redeemed himself with a try of his own. So the Flying Fijians, again with this break from Semi Randrandra, resulted in another try to Henry Seniloli. So they were leading at 10 points to 3 at that point, but Semi Randrandra showing what he has been doing at the French Top 14 competition. But it was the strength shown by Georgia up front, and Otari Giogadze, the number 8, managed to score a try. And this run by Lasha, the fly half, Kamaladze, he found an unmarked Alexander Todua on the outside. Sandro went in for Georgia's second try, and they take the lead at halftime by 15 points to 10. Well, we're just in time as the two teams march out on to the field. And the last 40 minutes coming up. 15 points to 10. Georgia leading the Flying Fijians. If you have just joined us on live stream Mbulavinaka, Georgia scored 2 tries in the first half. The Flying Fijians 2 tries as well. To Henry Seniloli. Both were unconverted by Ben Volavola. The Lelos scored 2 tries in the first half through their number 8 Otari Yogadze and the blindside winger Alexander Todua. They're leading Fiji by 15 points to 10 Georgia. The last time they were here, they defeated the Flying Fijians at this same venue, the Lelos.
Here we go.
Back in 2016, it was 14 points to 3. But here, with 14 more minutes left, it's Georgia up by 5. They start their second half onslaught. Good run up by the Flying Fijians captain Akapusingera. Q they call him. Vashil. Out it goes for Lasha Malguradze. Lasha Kamaladze this time. There's Kini Muri Valu out at the back. Off it goes now to Nemani Nandolo. Had a wide first half. Matthias Vili Yoseb with the counter attack. Was that the right call from Matthias Vili? They have the numbers there at the breakdown. Vashil now. Off it goes to the blind side, to the open side flanker. Victor Kolasvili. They're trying to use the width of the park now, the Georgians. Kalem Yesvili. Taken by Ratuverima Luavunga Koto. Domenico Wanganimburotu trying his best at the breakdown. But possession maintained by Georgia. Lasha Kamaladze. Off it goes to Kamarudze and Matejasvili linking up on the outside. And the big man coming now, Georgi Nemsadze. There's the 10-meter mark. Off it goes to Kamaladze again. Ratunia Rawa with the tackle. They're trying to expose the Flying Fijians at the back. And caught out of position there was Kini Muri Valu. So they're starting the second half just the way they finished the first, Sinati.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been impressive to watch this Georgian team in action. As we see right from the kickoff, they just attack the line. And good to see the forwards and back line, you know, really working well in tangent. And of course, gaining good yards there. But fortunately for Fiji, they've been able to get back possession. This
time it's Verma Luavunga Koto. Gets it done from the line out. Good throw in by the young hooker. Nemani Nandolo. While fielding, there is Tamaz Megelidze. Ben Volavola on him there. Here's Lasha. Can't run away from Vungakoto. Throws him out of play. Ben Volavola tries to pick it up. But he was already in touch there, the Georgian player. So Fiji will have the throw in.
They talked about, you know, really just matching up front, and it was good to see that defense really working well there for the Flying Fijians.
That's right, and now we have it for Viliame Mata. Goes through the advantage line, over the halfway line there for Viliame Mata, standing off his Nakarawa, but they decide to give it to Kini Muri Valu. Again, over the advantage line he goes. Seniloli, Nakarawa, his locking partner. That's Ratunia Rawa. Gives it to Saulo. Out it goes for Ben Volavola. Kicking across for Vereniki Ngoneva. Alexander Todua is after it, but he's been caught now by Ngoneva. Randrandra is there, off his feet. They've recovered possession here, the Georgians. Well done. They need to slow it down. because they don't have numbers back. Constantine started off the bench last week. Off it goes to Matejasvili. Kicks it downfield, but it will not find touch. Ben Volavola, in it goes for Kini Murivalu. Starts the counter-attack for the Flying Fijians. Akapusi Ngara leaves it behind now. Henry Seniloli, and just overthrowing that Henry. It was
in front of the kicker.
Vatumbua on the outside. But Seniloli knew the referee was playing advantage, Asinati.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, the Flying Fijians really muscling up in defense, and that time they had the ball. Just unfortunate it went out into touch, but here's a great attacking opportunity for them.
And Volavola being advised by Akapusi Ngara
Solali
to
on the line, Red.
kick it into touch instead of taking the 3 points. So the Flying Fijians, they want a try. Verimalua Vumakoto, the 20-year-old hooker, but this time they've lost it from the line out. I think it was Nakarawa who lost it.
Knock on white in the air, scrum.
There'll be a scrum feed for Georgia.
In the air, scrum.
Well, Rotnero will be disappointed he didn't get that try, but again, mistakes for the Flying Fijians from that line out, that they knocked the ball on. Otherwise, it would have been a great result for them.
Yes, Nakarawa disappointed with that one.
Just the problem in your side.
Flying Fijians, they have
Laissez l'espace, okay?
good
Keep
bench
space,
as well.
okay?
While Georgia, some of the players, 4 of the players they started last week are on the bench for them this week.
Good scrum.
Manasa
Give
Saulo,
me another.
there is Nemani Nandolo.
Crouch. Mine. Sit.
Vashil Lobzanze standing deep is Lasha Kamaladze, and nothing fancy here from Georgia, but look at this scrum from the Flying Fijians. Well done up front by Saulo, Maafu and Vungakoto. The tight 5, especially Ratuniarawa and Nakarawa. They've managed to get one off Georgia, Asinati.
Yeah, they did this as well in the first half, which resulted in Henry Seniloli's try. But again, in this first few minutes of the second half, you see the forward pack from the Flying Fijians really muscling up front and really causing problems for the Georgian scrum.
Receiving treatment. Yeah.
Well, Akapusi Ngara call for another scrum here. Let's see what will be the call from the captain. The Georgian number 8, I think, is injured at the moment. The try scorer from the first half, Otari Giogadze, plays for Clermont in the top 14 competition back in France. Made his debut in 2015 against emerging Italy at Tbilisi. And remember, the Georgians coming into this match with a 7 games winning streak. So their last 7 outings, they've managed to win them all, Georgia. The replacement players, one of the players that is expected to come off the bench is Timothy Nangusa, the Montpellier fullback.
Off.
15 points to 10. Georgia leading Fiji in this Pacific Nations Cup final.
Time on. Scrum.
Good. So yes, it's a scrum call from Akapu Singara, the Flying Fijian skipper.
Good picture at the last scrum.
Veroniki Ngoneva standing towards the right, and he's up against Alexander Todua, this try scorer for Georgia in the first half. Let's see what they will do here. Looks like William Mata will run it off to the right to try and link up with Ngoneva. Henry Seniloli, 2 tries in the bag.
I'm coming through. Keep a space, calm down, keep working.
There's definitely a lot of chatter in that scrum, Aquila, but obviously a good platform here for the Flying Fijians, and you can just sense the urgency and hunger as well from the Flying Fijians to try and make full use of this great opportunity.
Yes, it is, and it goes for the Flying Fijians. They'll go to the open. Henry Seniloli for Chale Vatumbua, trying to go over. The reserve players are celebrating. The referee has given a try to Chale Vatumbua, and the Flying Fijians start the second half on a high. Chale Vatumbua, the former Maris Brothers High School student.
That was a great scrum from the Flying Fijians, and Henry Seniloli, just a little delayed pass to Vatumbua, who came up close quickly and just had enough strength to get over that try line. We see it again, once again there, just very close alongside him, Vatumbua, and he got in for that great try as the replacement players as well celebrating behind the goal line.
Yes, the conversion is over from Nemani Nandolo. 17 points to 15. The Flying Fijians back in front. Chale Vatumbua, the try scorer, 26 years of age, from Vanuandina Toka Toka in Tailevu. 2 test tries. That's his 3rd test try in 8 outings for the Flying Fijians. And he said earlier this week that it was a great honor to play alongside Conrad Smith back at his top 14 club in France for Pau. Matthias Vili, 17-15, 2 points in this match. Semi Randrandra comes flying, but it was the open side winger Megalidze who did well to get that ball. Lasha Kamaladze, nowhere to go for him. They come off the right, and the big number 8, Otari, has been having a solid game at number 8. Lost backwards, says the referee. No, forward now. Lost forward by Otari Giogadze. I'm impressed with his number 8, Otari Giogadze. He's carried well, some strong carries as well for him this afternoon. He's gone well over the advantage line in all his carries. And on that occasion, it was lost forward by Constantine. Maybe a lot of pressure being applied now by the Flying Fijians, Snati.
Yeah, obviously, and in defense, they're just coming up really quickly, the Flying Fijians forwards, and just notice as well, they're not committing too many men to the breakdown, so there's a lot of numbers in defense, and that time working for the Flying Fijians with that knock-on from the Georgians.
17-15, 11.5 minutes gone in this second half. Remember, it's a winner takes all match. It's the final of the PNC. Whoever wins will take the PNC, but it's going to be interesting. If Georgia wins, then they're going to create history by being the first team outside the Pacific to take the Pacific Nations Cup. Out it goes for Semi Randrandra, trying to expose the inside center, gives it to Vereniki Oneva, still going Oneva, needs support, lifts it behind, it's there. Off it goes to the Flying Fijians. Again, it's Semi Randrandra right on the 22. There's Leone Nakarawa, the Octopus again pulling off another offload. Henry Seniloli is looking for it. Picked up by Verma Luavungakoto. But again, a penalty offside by the referee. Offside call by the referee.
Give me the ball.
So Kempizi Maafu is not happy there.
One, come down.
And every time Semi Randrandra has the ball and just give him a bit of space, and he's looked so dangerous. Vereniki Oneva so strong. He fended off about 3 and then laid the ball well there for the Flying Fijians. Was a great attacking opportunity. Randrandra again, we talk about his work rate in this match. He's been good, and of course another opportunity for them here on attack. They're looking dangerous, the Flying Fijians.
Yes, and again Leone Nakarawa pulling off another offload. The penalty is for offside, according to referee Jerome Garcia from France.
Mine and one red. Okay.
With the soon beyond the back, Georgi Koidze and Surabi Zevana. But Nemani Ndolo being handed the kicking duties now. Nemani Ndolo.
Jerome, you can hear me? Yeah.
And
Mine and one red.
slots the one over.
The one is here and the 9 is here. Okay.
30-year-old
So we can play on
Hula Village back in Nanronga. So it's the Flying Fijians up by 20 points to 15 now.
A clever option there from the Flying Fijians, just to take points on offer, and that time Nandolo nailing that penalty.
Lasha Ratunia Rawa is under this one, but well done by the Georgians. It's taken through by Georgi, the blind side flanker. The new halfback is on the park, Georgi Begadze. He came off the bench as well last week, and here goes Georgi once again. Off to the live wire hooker Mamukashvili Shalva. They send it across to Matayasvili. Kasharava, not a quiet afternoon as well for Kasharava in the number 13 jersey. This for Georgia. They go over the 22-meter mark. Just delaying the pass there. Lasha Kamaladze. A standing start here for Constantine. Working hard in defense is Kempizi Maafu. Lasha Kamaladze again, they quickly come up upon him. Semi Randrandra it is. Dominico Wanganimburotu as well. But the cleaners arrive in time there for Georgia. Nakarawa trying to go for the steal. Tamaz Makalidze now. Georgia, they have space on the outside. Kasharava takes it through, takes on Kini Murimurivalu and Manasa Saulo. Looks like they've lost it there, Georgia. They lost the ball forward there, Georgia.
Knock on.
It was Dominico Wangadimburotu came in with a big hit on the replacement player. That was Georgi Melikidze. And he lost the ball forward in the process as well.
He doesn't look good.
It was promising play from Georgia there. They were going left to right, really just trying to stretch the Flying Fijians' defense. But again, those big hits from the Flying Fijians forwards. In that case, it was Wangani Borotu really just stopping them short and really causing problems for the Georgians.
You start on your feet.
Well, the referee has called for a 2-minute water break as well.
You lose. Okay?
2 minutes water break.
You start on your feet, it was perfect, but after you are on feet, you lose.
Come on to the park for the Flying Fijians. The rest of the players there, Ratunaisa Navuma, Ali Ferretti Veitokani, and Frank Lomani. The Georgian players, well, Georgia have used most of the bench. 5 players already off the field for Georgia. Kalem Ashvili, and also the lock forward Constantine is off the park as well. Well, that's not a bucket of water, Sinati.
Good scrum, guys.
Muddy water.
So it's Fiji with the scrum feed, and it's Henry Seniloli who will put this in. Ndolo standing on the short side.
Okay, don't move. Good job.
Off it goes to Ben Volavola. Kicks it across for Kini Muri Valu, who's after it as well. But well done again by Ioseb Matayasvili. Very calm under the high ball. Mata with a good big hit as well on Lasha Malguradze. Well, the kick pass from Lasha Kamaladze didn't go to plan. It went out of play. Beating Nemani Ndolo. Out of play as well. So Ratu Vermalu Vungakoto, the Flying Fijians hooker from Davingale village, back in Nambukelevu Kandavu. In goes William Mata. Leaves it behind, carried through now by Akapu Singara, the captain. Henry Seniloli sends it across to Leone Nakarawa. Look at him. With 2 players on him, still trying to go for that offload. Seniloli left it high for Vereniki Ngoneva to chase, but they letting it bounce now. Tap back by Akapu Singara. Off it goes to the try scorer, Vatumbua Chale. Semi Randrandra again takes on the defense. They drive him back, Georgia. Picked up by Nemani Ndolo. First chance for us to see Nemani Ndolo there with the ball. Ben Volavola saw the space at the back, exposed it, and good vision by the Flying Fijians fly half, the former Veuto Primary School student, grandson of former mayor of Suva, and former Suva netball rep, Pasiti Menangova and Penny Volavola as well.
It's for you.
So also from Toka Toka in Telebu.
Again, it was clever play from Volavola, just just piling on the pressure and giving his forwards some rest as they go challenging 5 meters out of the Georgian line.
Okay.
We have
move. One step, another step.
Mamukashvili taken in front by the captain. Sends it across, but they'll have a 5-meter scrum now, Fiji. They were quickly up on defense, and it was the hooker very Malua Vunakoto and Kempisi Maafu teaming up in defense.
9 wide.
They timed their run, and of course can't blame Victor Koleleshvili there, because the pass went behind him. He had to turn, and when he looked up, he saw the big frames of Vunakoto and Maafu
9.
right in front of him.
Yeah. If I ask
They
you to
drove
use the
him
ball,
back. So Fiji with a chance, 5 meters out.
Yeah, this is definitely the end that the Flying Fijians would want to play in, and just the physicality that they've shown in those defensive hits has really worked well for them.
Yes, young Frank Lomani is on the field now for Fiji, and also Nemani Ngusa replacing William Mata. So Henry Senilo leaves off in place of making way rather for Frank Lomani.
Mine! Sit! Okay, stable! Stay!
Frank Lomani. One of the players that come through the ranks for Fiji. Off it goes to Nemani Nandolo, shot off the try line, just 2 meters up. Quick ball, and it's in. The youngster is in. The youngster is in for Fiji, Frank Lomani. Lomani, not even a minute on the field, and already a try under his name, Sinati.
Oh, that was a brilliant passage of play, and Nemani Nandolo took out about 5 players in that play and really set up the try for Frank Lomani, all he needed to do was just dive over. But look at this again, Nemani Nandolo taking about 5 Georgians with him and just created that vacuum, and Lomani was over for that try. And what a way to come off the bench and score a try for your country.
Yes, Frank Lomani. Good try, the Naita Siri halfback. And from Nukumbalavu in Savu Savu. Plays out of the St. Teresa Rugby Club in Savu Savu from Nukumbalavu village. The nephew of former Flying Fijians center, Albert Vulivuli. Nakarawa takes it, looks for the offload. Look at him, just trying to free out the pass. And
Come down, eh?
they've been penalized
No,
here.
come down.
Fiji,
I'm just here.
looks like it was
Easy.
Leone
It's easy
Nakarawa
penalty for me.
being
From the
penalized.
side. 6.
Looks like another player will come off for the Flying Fijians as Moses Ndudivaki. The Naita Siri prop ready to take the
Jerome
field.
sub, number 3 white. 3 white.
Number 3 white, and that's Manasa Saulo. So he's replacing Manasa Saulo. Moses Ndudivaki, the school teacher.
Time on, stay white!
Well, Aquila, we saw how dangerous the Georgians can be at this corner of the field. We saw 2 tries scored by them in the first half like that, and obviously this is another opportunity for them.
Yes, they go to the back, and it was Georgi Melidze who took it. Look at the Flying Fijians coming through now and moving back now, the Georgians, but they regroup. They've contained the Flying Fijians. Off it goes to Lasha Kamaladze. Kasharava on the outside. Lumoneva going across the park as well. Frank Lomani, and doing well there, the young halfback, Frank Lomani, former Fiji under-20 halfback.
Well, the Flying Fijians had a lot of work to do with that rolling maul that the Georgians had going, but they really read it well and put pressure, and were able to just ease off that attack from the Georgians.
So Timothy Nangusa, the Montpellier winger, is coming on now. So is he replacing Kini Murivalu? Yes, he's going to go in at fullback. Timothy Nangusa
17, 1-7.
Okay.
replacing Kini Murivalu.
Time on.
That's it deep. Lasha Kamaladze again replies the favor with a huge kick. Ben Volavola loses it. And the Flying Fijians now just starting to find their rhythm in this match, putting on a few good faces as they lead the Lelos by 27 points to 15. About 15 more minutes to go in this match, but Ben Volavola, just unfortunately for him, lost that ball forward. So, Flying Fijians hooker there up against Shalva Mamukashvili, the experienced Georgian hooker. Total of 55 tests for Georgia, and they scored six tries. The Georgian hooker. Off it goes for Tamaz Melgitse. Good run by the open side winger as it goes across the path to Georgi Begadze, and it's not going right for the Georgians. It's not going right for the Georgians. Sandro didn't have enough time for that. And look at the pass from Kasharava. First of all, it was forward. The experienced outside center for Georgia, Merab Kirikashvili, is in now. Another player who was here 2 years ago. In fact, he was at fullback in 2016 when Georgia defeated Fiji here by 14 points to 3. Tapped by Nakarawa. Frank Lomani dummies, goes through himself, leaves the ball behind, sets it up well. Ben Volavola is at halfback now. Here's Nemani Nangusa, came off the bench as well last week against Samoa. Frank Lomani, off it goes to Ben again. But Volavola this time decides to lift it high. Sandro is under that. No, that was Mateus Vili playing under all sorts of pressure here, the Georgians, but they've done well. This time it's Lasha. Ben Volavola is at the back for Fiji. Going across to clean this up is Timothy Nangusa, gives it back to Volavola. But the Georgian back three are there. Merab, Krikashvili, Frank Lomani. Will they start something here? He's an attacking fullback. And here's Nakarawa. Oh, loses the ball forward, Nakarawa. But the Georgians playing, they have decided to play this. Advantage is over. Semi Randrandra takes it through, sets it up for the supporting players. At halfback now is Leone. Off it goes again. Mosese Ndudivaki. Nakarawa trying to play at halfback. Now we have Frank Lomani. And this time Ben Volavola kicking it down the park where Merab Krikashvili and of course Yosef Mateasvili. Well placed. Nakarawa quickly throws it in, and Timothy Nangusa gives it to Nakarawa again. Still trying to work his way out of that. Nakarawa. Apisalome Ratuniarawa. Right on the halfway line. Shalva Mamukashvili just taking Frank Lomani out of that. Well, Lomani knew they had the advantage, and there was a lazy runner in Shalva Mamukashvili.
We'll go back here.
Yeah, the Flying Fijians obviously just really stepping up the pressure here, and unfortunately for the Georgians, they've really been crumbling under this pressure, and also from just the physicality of the defense. So it's been great to see as well that the two locks, Ratunia Rawa and of course Leone Nakarawa, featuring prominently in some promising play from the Flying Fijians.
Yes, we have Ben Volavola now. We'll try to get it out of play. 27-15, about 10 more minutes to go. Sikeli Nambo will come on in a while. He's warming up. Sikeli Nambo, will he replace Nakarawa or Ratunia Rawa? Off it goes. That's a set piece move there from the Flying Fijians for Charlie Vatumbua. But a chance here for the Georgians. They left the ball behind Georgia. Referee calling out play on.
Back feet.
As Georgi Begadze lost there by Shalva Shutiashvili. A good carry. Sandro looking for someone to take it into contact and finds Noda Chashvili.
Back.
Over the 22 they go.
Play on.
They will try to run this out. Nearly lost that Kasharava. And finally losing it is Matayasvili. But it was...
we come back for the advantage penalty for red.
It didn't go according to plan for the Georgians. But that won't matter because they have a penalty inside their 22. Will this go into touch? No, it won't. Vereniki Ngoneva gives it to Frank Lomani. Out they come to the open for Timothy Nangusa. Lomani. Here's Semi Randrandra. Will try to create something with limited space. Lomani again. Numbers to the right. If they release the pass here, the Flying Fijians, Moses Ndudivaki takes it through. And again, that's the fourth knock-on of the afternoon from Dominico Wanganimburotu. They had the numbers to the open there, Sinati.
Yeah, absolutely. Just rushing things a bit there, Wanganimburotu, and in the process just losing that ball. But of course for Georgia, they're always very dangerous. You know, they finished strong in the first half, but really the defense from the Flying Fijians have really been disrupting play for the Georgians. But don't count them out because, you know, in the latter parts of the game, they've shown to be very dangerous given room and ball.
So Semi Randrandra again, a strong outing at center. Chale Vatumbua, a sound game at inside center for the Flying Fijians. While for Georgia, the inside center, Lasha Malguradze had a good game at 12. But Kasharava, the most experienced player on the park for Georgia, had an average game. He's having an average game rather for Georgia. David Kasharava, 109 tests for Georgia.
Captain, stay in your game.
Most experienced player out there on the field, wearing the number 13 jersey for Georgia. Eroni Maui, the formerly Lean Memorial School student, also there for the Flying Fijians. Trying to put pressure on the Georgian scrum, picked up by Nemani Nangusa, comes to Semi Randrandra, trying to look for Nemani Nandolo, links up with big Nemani Nandolo. Again, here goes the Flying Fijians as Nemani Nangusa takes it through. Moses Ndudivaki is there. Good pick up as well from Leone Nakarawa. The Flying Fijians lock Ndudivaki again. Good build up here by Fiji. Sikeli Nambo taken by the replacement Georgian player Noda Chesvili. Lomani once again, here it goes for Ben Volavola. Out it comes for Vereniki Ngoneva. Still there for the Flying Fijians. Ben Volavola at halfback. There goes Sikeli Nambo. Good build up by the Flying Fijians, Semi Randrandra. Out it comes Nemani Nandolo. Here's space for the big Nandolo. Hands it off to the running lighthouse. There was Lehone Nakarawa. But Vereniki Ngoneva just losing the ball forward there. Again, typical Flying Fijians player on show there, Snati.
Yeah, just the running rugby has been brilliant, and just to talk about the work rate that Leone Nakarau has been putting in as well. He's been great, featuring prominently in a lot of plays for the Flying Fijians. Unfortunately, the ball that he passed was from that height and just a bit difficult for Vereniki Ngoneva to get in the end.
That's right, that's nothing. And I remember back in the 2015 World Cup when Leone Nakarau was asked about his ability to offload. Well, he said they used to play in rivers back in his village of Mokoisa in Kandavu with water up to their chest or necks. So they had to get their arms up to free the pass. So that's where he got it from, his offloading ability. But on that occasion, we saw Nakarawa, what he can do as well. Many call him the LeBron James of rugby. Leone Nakarawa, rated as one of the top 3 players in the world. With about 5 more minutes left, Ali Ferretti Veitokani will come on for Fiji. The former Fiji Sevens player went to Ratu Kandavu Level School as well, from Toka Toka in Teilevu. So 3 players from Toka Toka in Teilevu in the Flying Fijian squad. Ben Volavola, Chale Vatumbua, and now we have Ali Ferretti Veitokani. And Ratunaisa Navuma will come on as well for the Flying Fijians.
I'm sure those Toka Toka players will have a lot of support from Makel or
I doubt it. Well, Georgia 27 points to 15 with 3 more minutes to play. They have decided to play from inside their own half. Here comes Sandro trying to find room. No, it's the replacement player Merab Kirkasvili. Played at fullback back in 2016 against the Flying Fijians. Lasha Kamaladze drops it at the back, and it's paid off for them as well. This time it's Georgi Kavaladze. They go again, the Georgians. They've lost the ball forward. Picked up by Semi Randrandra. Play on, says the referee. Here's Frank Lomani with space. Off it goes to Lomani again. Will it be a double for Frank Lomani? And it's a double for the 2 halfbacks. A double for Henry Senilori, the starting halfback in the first half. And a double for the replacement halfback, Frank Lomani, in the second half, Asinati.
Well, we've always talked about how dangerous they are from broken play, and on that occasion it was that loose ball that kicked from the Georgians that really set it up for Frank Lomani. Good combination shown between him and Nangusa, who just got it back to him, and watch for the dive, folks.
Well, just like diving at the Nukumbalavu beach back in Sabu Sabu there. The former St. Bede's College student, Frank Lomani, gets his double of the afternoon. So the Flying Fijians extend their lead now as Nemani Nandolo lining up for the conversion attempt from far out on the other side of the park, and conversion is unsuccessful. So Frank Lomani, 2 tries this afternoon for the 22-year-old. 32 points to 50 now. So Fiji will win the Pacific Nations Cup for 5 years in a row now, Asinati.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a dominant performance from them, particularly in the second half when they were chasing the scores. But it's been a strong performance, particularly on defense for the Flying Fijians, that really has paid off for them.
High tackle red, 16, yes.
So Ratunaisa Navuma is also out there for Fiji and replacing Verma Luavunga Koto, while Aliveretti Veitokani has gone in to replace Ben Volavola. So that was a high tackle. So both teams emptying their bench now. First throw in for Ratunaisa Navuma, the Nandronga Huka. Came into the limelight last year for the Fijian Rua side in the NRC. Not a good throw in by Ratunaisa. Aliveretti Veitokani quickly up in defense there, but Georgia, they've managed to maintain possession here. Georgi Nodachashvili it is. Takes it through Georgi Begadze. Look at the impact player Shalva Shutiasvili being driven across by Neemani Nangusa. Did that go forward? Now Lasha Kamaladze still working hard for the Georgians. Penalty against Fiji for a high tackle. Lasha Kamaladze, he knows that this is the last play of the match. Kelly Nambo working hard out there for Fiji, but Georgi Melite of Georgia did well to recover possession, and here's the replacement player Merab Kirkasvili. Look at the support there from Georgi Chikadze and Zurab Jivania. Still working hard, Georgia. Setting the ball well there. And Neemani Nangusa well placed at the back for the Flying Fijians. They want another try. Neemani Nandoro takes it through the middle. The ball is out there for Frank Lomani. Leone Nakarawa for Bereniki Ngoneva looking for support. Another good offload. And here's Eroni Maui, the young prop forward. Fiji looking for another try. Bereniki Ngoneva slices through the middle, needs support. Here's the LeBron James of rugby. Gives it to Dominico Wanganimburotu, 5 meters out now. Fiji. Randrandra is unmarked on the outside. They need to give it to him. Oh, here's Neemani Nandolo. Takes it quickly and dives over. No, the referee says you have to take it again, Neemani. Still a penalty for Fiji, Asinati.
Oh my goodness, can't really keep up with this Flying Fijian side, but there was a great injection of pace from the back from Timothy Nangusa and linking up well with Bereniki Ngoneva. Again, Leone Nakarawa has been everywhere.
And here's Dominico Wanganimburotu, another solid game at 6. Bereniki Ngoneva driven back by Lasha Kamaladze and company. Ball is still there. Ratunaisa Navuma standing off, trying to muscle his way over the try line there. There's Sikeli Nambo. The forwards, they work side by side now. Semi Randrandra, debut try for Semi Randrandra. The trailer is in. Semi Randrandra is in his first try in his first test for Fiji from Somo in Taveuni. Saw the opportunity, knew he had to do it now. The 26-year-old has played for the Australian Kangaroos in Rugby League, played for the Fiji Mbati, He's also played for the Fiji Sevens and now for the Fiji 15s, Asinati.
Oh, just what a wonderful try for Semi Randrandra, who celebrated his birthday 3 days ago. And what a way to celebrate with that try on his debut here for the Flying Fijians. And he's been dangerous throughout the game, just given a little room, and he's really fully exploited it. But good to see him at the end of that try.
That's right. Randrandra has worked in the Vatukola gold mine and represented Fiji at the 2011 Junior World Championship. It was the then IRB Junior World Championship. Neumani Nandolo tries to add the extra 2 points, but that's it according to referee Jerome Gassier from France. So the Flying Fijians winning the Pacific Nations Cup 5 years in a row now with a 37 points to 15 win over the Lelos from Georgia Snati.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a great performance from the Flying Fijians. They were just so exciting on attacking, broken play as well. A lot of great tries have come off the back of some great defense as well. Really being physical up front and matching the Georgians here. And there's been some good moments as well in their scrum. But overall, I'm sure John McKee would be very pleased with the way that they've been able to match up the Georgians and be physical up front.
Best Manasseh Saulo, he knows Kalem Ashvili, Shalva Mamkshvili and Levan Shilashava well because they played together in the top 14 back in France. The 28-year-old from Wainawanga in Wainawanga village in Naitasiri, Manasseh Saulo. Akapusingara congratulating the Georgians as well. They won last week against Tonga, 16 points to 15. And today they've fallen short against the Flying Fijians. Very soon we'll join Irfan Khan, who's with the Georgian captain, Georgi Nemzadze.
Thank you, Aquila. Georgi, a tough loss. What could have gone wrong in the second half as you were leading in the first half, as you could not score any points in the second spell?
That's okay. I don't want now speak for the game. Just congratulations, really good team, the Fiji's winning Pacific Nation Cup. Really congratulations, really good team this year.
So what positives have you taken out from this competition heading into the Rugby World Cup next year?
This is good example for us. Play the speed like that, the condition like that. We try to prepare for this game for next year for the World Cup. That is positive for us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, congratulations Fiji's team.
Yes, Georgi Nemzadze, the Georgian captain, the journeyman, love to call him. He has played for Domont, Massey, Montauban, Agen, Chubbs, Bristol and Ospreys. The Georgian skipper, but the Fiji side, great second half performance. Georgia scoreless in the second half. They were leading 15 points to 10 at the end of the first 40. But Fiji in the second spell scored 22 unanswered points, rather 28 unanswered points. And Georgia just didn't have enough to contain the Flying Fijians' second half performance. Frank Lomani, 2 tries in the second spell. And also Semi Randrandra getting on the score sheet as well. And Chale Vatumbua, 4 tries in the second half to the Flying Fijians. While in the first half it was 2 tries to Henry Seniloli. But for Georgia, they scored 2 tries in the first half through their number 8. That was Otari Giogadze. Otari Giogadze scored the first try for Georgia, and then it was Alexander Todua with their second try. One try was converted and a penalty added by Lasha Kamaladze, the Georgian fly half. But in the end, it was the Flying Fijians winning by 38 points to 37 points to 15. And now we'll join Akapusin Gera, who's with Irfan Khan.
First of all, congratulations. 15-10 down at half-time. What was talked in the change room before you came back so strongly in the second half to take out this match?
Georgia came out strong in the first half, but we just want to thank the Lord Almighty for giving us the strength, for giving us the spirit of unity and the love that we can fight again in the second half and manage to win the game. It was a tough game, so heads up to the boys and a big binakapakalevu to the big crowd that came out today.
You may be taking a lot of confidence from this game heading into 2019 Rugby World Cup with Georgia in your pool?
Yes, that's the level that we need to play every game, and we managed to get it in today's game. We know that we'll get Georgia again in 2019. There'll be a different team altogether, but it's a boost for us as a new group, as some of the new players started the game today. So yeah, big, massive, confident boost for them.
4 in a row. Very soon you will be lifting the PNC trophy. Must be good feeling.
Yeah, it's a massive feeling. It's a great achievement for the boys, and so as their family. We know that they made sacrifices after the long season in Europe and some of the clubs here in the Southern Hemisphere. But to make an effort to come and play for their country, play for the people of Fiji is a massive achievement for us, and we're looking forward for more trophies.
Just last hurdle next week against Tonga at Churchill Park in Lautoka.
We'll go this weekend. We'll enjoy the win. And we'll come back on Sunday, and we'll review the game against Tonga. They'll be a different team altogether, but we're looking forward to that game.
Okay, thank you very much, and congrats again.
Yes, Akapusi Ngera. They will, Ngera and the Flying Fijians will take on the Kaletahi from Tonga next week, back at Churchill Park in Lautoka. The Flying Fijians, 2 wins out of 2. They have put an end to the Lelo's 7 games winning streak. While Tonga, they defeated Samoa in the first match this afternoon. So Fiji and Tonga will play next week back at Churchill Park. And of course, from the commentary team, Vasinate Wainingolo, I'm Aquila Dama. Please do join us again next Saturday at Churchill Park in Lautoka, when the Flying Fijians will take on the Ikaletahi from Tonga. Well, before we I'll leave you, we'll just take on the presentation as well. The 2018 winners of the Pacific Nations Cup.